X equal to 10. What does it mean? We are instructing to the computer that I'm assigning a 10 as an integer value to the X variable. But in the Python, we are not specifying, which means Python is dynamic language.
Venkatesh,
Yes, Rashakar?
I think participants is not there in this chat.
Let's message them once.
Just now it was reconnected.
Uh-huh.
No one is there. Just now they are going to join. Please hold on a minute.
Let it be Rashakar. Those who are interested, some of them, offline also. Some of them are also listening the same class. No issues. Let it be.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Python is a dynamic language. It is also known as a late binding language. These are very important for the interviews. Whereas C, C++, Java are early binding languages. Early binding languages. Also known as early binding languages, static languages. Therefore, being static languages, we need to specify integer, float, character, double, all this before you declaring the variable. But here we are not specifying. Yeah. This is one point. Now, sometimes, this operator we use as a shorthand assignment operator. There is a word you are going to listen, that the shorthand assignment operator. You tell me, now I'm writing one statement, a plus equal to 10. Have you written in mathematics by when combination of plus and equal like this? Is this a valid expression? It's not a valid expression. Mathematically, this expression is invalid. But programmatically, it is valid. This plus and equal operator is called, what? Shorthand assignment operator. Where we are going to apply such kind of things? Firstly, let me talk about in Python. A is equal to 10. In Python, there is no plus or minus operators. In C, C++, Java, these two operators called, what? Post increment or pre-increment or pre-decrement or post-decrement operators. As these two operators are not at all available in the Python, we used to make use of shorthand assignment operators to increment and decrement at a runtime. Let's suppose I want to increment a value of a by 1. Mathematically, we used to write a is equal to a plus 1. In this expression, a will be used twice, means 8 bytes of memory will be occupied. Compilation time or interpretation time is also very high. Now, same expression I might write a plus equal to 1. Both will produce the same output. Let me take one. Hold on, please. Print a. What is the output? 11. Now, let me make it as comment. A plus equal 1. You see the output? Both are same. But this expression have A used only once. 4 bytes of memory you have reduced. That's a great thing if you reduce the memory at a runtime. Because mobile kind of devices, certain devices have very precious, means very expensive to store large amount of data. Srinivas, sir. Sir, good evening, sir. Sir, in Bhavan, sir, I'm sorry to say, sir, I'm in class right now. At exactly, I'll be called at 8 o'clock. I'll call you, sir. I'm sorry. I'll call you at 8 o'clock. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes. Right? Now, the same variable can also be made as A minus equal to 1. In what situation? To decrement the value. Let's suppose if you write a program to perform sum of n numbers. I'm just demonstrating you where to apply this kind of expressions. N is equal to 10. I is equal to initialization variable 1. Sum is equal to 0. To perform sum of n numbers, these 3 variables are compulsory to be initialized. While as long as I will be lesser than or equals to n, sum is equal to sum plus I. Now this sum is equal to sum plus I can be written like this, can also be written sum plus equal to I. And I should be equal to I plus 1, or you can also write I plus equal to 1. It's an alternate statement. Let me make. Now finally, I'm going to print sum of n numbers. It will give you 55. Yes, sir. So this is the place where post increment or period increment operators are mandatory. Because plus plus operator, in case of C language or C++ or Java, we simply write I++. To increment 1, but here there is no chance. So therefore, we used to write like this one. I'll do one thing. So whenever if you want an interpretation, internal flow of execution, let's you copy this entire the program. There is a tool called Python tutor. It visualizes the code, how the internal flow is going to be executed very clearly with visualization. It's a free of cloud tool. Right? Now I'm visualizing. N currently, N is 10, means number of, see, for which variable you wanted to perform sum of N. Sum of N means what? 1 plus 2 equal to 3, 3 plus 3 equal to 6, 6 plus 4 equal to 10, like that it will be count. Now N equal to 10, I initialized as 1, sum equal to 0. Now here the comparison will take place. As long as I currently 1 is lesser than 10. Yes, is 1 is lesser than 10. Here the comparison will start. How the comparison will take? Now currently it is 1. Is 1 is lesser than or equal to 10? Condition become true. If condition become true, it will become to this line. Because this is a comment, right? Comment is not an executable statement. It's simply ignored as soon as this symbol will be visible to you. Now comes to this point. What happens at this particular line? Sum was 0. Sum is equal to sum plus I. 0 plus 1 is going to become what? 1. Earlier sum was 0. As soon as this line will be gets interpreted, the sum will become 1. Let us see. Now next. As soon as the line will be gets executed, you see the sum value. Now at the right hand side, sum became 1. Sum is equal to sum plus 1. 0 plus 1 became sum is equal to 1. Now, here what happens here? I was 1. 1 plus 1 will become what? 2. Now, this print statement is out of the while loop. It's not within the body of the loop. It's an out of the body loop. Now, where the cursor will go, it will be automatically comes to again to the while loop. Right? Let me click on next. Now what happens? I became 2. Now you see at the right hand side, I became 2 because incremented already. Now is 2 lesser than 10? Yes. Now next, sum was earlier 1. 1 plus 2 become 3. You see? Yes, sir. Now earlier I was 2. 2. Now earlier I was 2. 2 plus 1 will become 3. Now you see. I became 3. Now, is 3 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. Now, sum was 3. 3 plus 3 now becomes 6. Next, I became what? Now 4. It will be increment, right? It will become 4. You see, I became 4. Now, is 4 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. Now, earlier sum was 6. 6 plus 4 now 10. It will become 10. Next, 10 plus 5 will become 15. Now I will be increment, it will become 5. Is 5 lesser than 10? Yes. Now sum was 10. 10 plus 5 become 15 now. Now I will be increment 6. Now 6 plus 10 will become 16. So next 15 plus 6 will become 19. 21. So you have to interpret properly. You have to make a note. Obviously here showing on the right hand side all the assignment and initialization increment values. System never make any mistakes. Probably we make mistakes. The mathematically the laws which you write should be equal to the programmatic. System never make its own decisions. As per our instructions, it will be follow the rule. It will be keep on increases. 7 is 7. Up to what it will be. Now I became 9. Now when the moment I became 11, then obviously while condition will become fail. 11 is not lesser than 10, right? It will be greater than 10. So condition become false. Now, sum 55. Okay. Now this is a situation where while it will be gets failed. Why? Now I became 11. Is 11 lesser than or equal to 10? No. If condition failed while the whole body of the instruction does not executed, it will be come out of the instruction. If there are any instruction, it will be get executed. Now, at this moment, it will be come to the print statement. It will be print onto the screen. That output is this. Now, cursor became disabled. Yes, sir. So now, I hope you understand where assignment operator will be play an important role when this kind of programs will be written, where post increment, pre-increment, post decrement, all this will be written. Am I clear? Yeah, is there any doubts, online users? Rashekar? And Rajesh?
I'm good, Venkatesh.
Okay, okay. So next operator is membership operators. What are they? In, not in. In and not in operators. These two operators are not available in other programming languages. Firstly, we must understand What do you mean by membership? What do you mean by membership? See, you are having an Aadhaar card. There are 10 crores of Aadhaar cards in Telangana. You will become a member out of the group of people. If you want to search an Aadhaar card which you have, whether it is existing or not, the in operator is going to be given a result. So, in operator is determine status of existence of an object. Existence of an object or entity. Entity or object. See, we are all considered as an object when we see a real world in digital computer is concerned. Before computer we had, everybody will be, he is a patient, he is a student, he is a doctor. Now in computer point of time, our pronouns might be differ based on the application, but we are all considerable like an object, an entity, a substance in physics, right? Now I'm maintaining one list where I'm all maintaining some other card names: 1122, 3344, 5566, 7788, 8899, 1144, 5588, 9966, like some list of items or objects or elements I'm maintaining as a list of items. What's my role? I would like to know how in operator will be determines whether a particular element is existing or not. Alternatively, in C, C++, and Java, linear or binary algorithms will do this job. Whatever the job does by the in operator will also be do linear and binary search algorithms in C, C++ data structures. Simply print. Now I am searching for an element. Element is what? 9966 in operator in list 1. In list 1, 9966 is existing or not. If it exists, in operator will give you true as out, because it is existing. In case I am looking at another Aadhaar card, print, isn't it? 100, or else in list 1. Obviously, it will be tells you know what? False, because it is not existing. So in operator is an equivalent to the linear and binary search algorithms, where an object is existing, it throws a true as out. Else, it will be throws false as an out. Yes or no? This true and false doesn't give you proper perception. In real-time scenario, instead of print, what we do, you know what? We are going to use if condition. If 9966 is there, then I'll tell you know what? Aadhaar is found. If does not exist, simply else part I'm going to write. Yes, Aadhaar not exist. Now here we are not going to take this value. Directly we are going to take element. So where will we read element by element? Through for loop. See, if you want to iterate, because we are giving 5566, right? We are not going to read like this. Before this, I'll be right for loop. I in operator list 1. Yes or no? Where if within which I'll write. Let's suppose Vijay Mallya Aadhaar card is not available. Let's suppose 5566 is without Vijay Mallya Aadhaar card. If 5566 is identified when iterating, this is Vijay. ఒక్క ఎలిమెంట్ అవుతుంది. కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్. బట్ ఈ 5556 ఎక్కడుందో మనకి ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది? ఏ పొజిషన్ లో వస్తుందో మనకి ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది? ఫర్ లూప్ తీసుకొని ఒక్కటి చెక్ చేస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు 10 crores ఎలిమెంట్స్ లో 5556 ఎక్కడుందో నీకు ఎట్లా తెలుసు? So it will be happen, iteratively. Like let's suppose you are having a 100 2000 rupee notes. ఒక series 5566 is the fraud series. అది వచ్చింది అనుకో, ఇప్పుడు ఆధార్ కార్డ్ అనుకోవద్దు, దీని సిరీస్ అని ఫ్రాడ్ నోట్ సిరీస్ ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది అనుకో, ఐ టెల్ యు నో వాట్ దిస్ సిరీస్ ఇస్ ది this series is the, I think, fake note. So the condition ni manam ila rayamo, break, continue, కొన్ని స్టేట్మెంట్స్ స్పెషల్ స్టేట్ అక్కడ రాస్తాం ఇలాంటి ఒక్కదాన్ని డిటెక్ట్ చేయడం. సార్, సో ఐ హోప్ యు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఫస్ట్లీ the purpose of in operator is to search a particular element is existing or not. Now, let me little go ahead. I am going in a wrong direction, I think so. Let me go. Print is 5566 in operator list 1. So here, if element is exist, true as, else false as. Okay. Now, the purpose of not in, it will work in opposite fashion to the in operator. In operator, if the element found, it will give you true as output. But the same statement I'll write here. Copy. Now instead of in, I'll be write not in. You see the output? In operator will says element is exist, but whereas not in operator, element is exist, but it will show you false as output. In reverse order it will. Yes, sir. So in case if I write another statement that this is not existing, but you see the output, it will give you true as output. Yes, sir. No? This is how in opposite fashion it will work. Am I clear? I hope Rashakar and Rajesh, I hope you are clear about because very importantly in future classes we'll be talk with in operator in many situations.
Yes, Venkat.
Hope you are clear.
Yes.
Yes. The next operator is that identity operators. Is and yes, sir. No. Firstly, what do you mean by identity? We should understand that. What do you mean by identity? What's your identity? See, in human brain, anything you store will keep some identity to recognize a person. Human will recognize a particular person or object with a specific identity. That identity might be address or face or voice or landmark. సార్, ఒక పర్సన్ యొక్క డీటెయిల్స్ మనం బ్రెయిన్ లో గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి అంటే వీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఐడెంటిటీ. ఆ ఐడెంటిటీని కంప్యూటర్ మెమొరీలో అడ్రస్తో కంపేర్ చేస్తాం. లెట్ సపోజ్ example, I'll say my name is Rashekar. My name is Rashekar. My phone number is this. నువ్వు బ్రెయిన్లో ఎలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటావు? రాజశేఖర్ అనేది పేరు, ఆయన యొక్క ఫోన్ నంబరు ఇది అని గుర్తుపెట్టు. దీన్ని మనం ఇలాగనే అలా రాస్తాం బ్రెయిన్లో, జస్ట్ అట్లా బ్లైండ్గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం. కానీ కంప్యూటర్ ఎలా గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటుంది? దెర్ ఈస్ అ మెమొరీ విల్ బి అలొకేట్ ఫర్ దిస్ గై రాజశేఖర్ కంప్యూటర్. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ a block of a memory. That name of the memory will be Rajashekar. RJ. The value within the Rajashekar is that this memory, this is called double line. This value is going to be written inside. Human ఏం చేస్తాం? ఓన్లీ నేమ్, ఫోన్ నంబర్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటాం. కానీ కంప్యూటర్ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇట్ హ్యాస్ అన్ అడ్రస్. ఇట్ హ్యాస్ అ అడ్రస్. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, let me print an address రాష్ట్రం. కంప్యూటర్ మెమొరీలో ఈ అడ్రస్ లో ఈ నంబర్ని స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. And a value is accessible using Rajashekar name. A value is accessible using address also. మన హౌస్ కి అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది, నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఓనర్ ఉంటుంది. రాజశేఖర్ అనేవాడు ఫస్ట్ ఫ్లోర్ లో వాడు ఉంటాడు, విత్ ఇన్ ద గ్రౌండ్ ఫ్లోర్ లో ఇంకొక రూమ్ లో రాజశేఖర్ ఇంకోటి ఉంటాడు. ఎవరన్నా డెలివరీ బాయ్ వచ్చినప్పుడు రాజశేఖర్ కి పార్సల్ వచ్చిందన్నా ఉంది, ఆ ముందింటోడికి ఇచ్చేసి వెళ్ళిపోతాం. వెనకింటుండే పార్సల్ అనేది చూసుకుంటూ కూర్చుంటాడు. 1 month కానీ రాదు, కంప్లైంట్ ఇస్తాడు, నువ్వు డెలివరీ చేసినామని వాడండి. It's a conflict. This is an ambiguity, but system doesn't have such ambiguity. Now, instead of a human, now delivery of your products will be done by the drone. Next thing, 6 months already, you would already Flipkart, Amazon have started drones to deliver their products to the village based on your identity. Your Aadhaar card is your identity. Your face is your identity. Your thumb impression is your identity. ఒక ప్రోడక్ట్ ని డెలివర్ చేసే ముందు నీ థంబ్ ఇంప్రెషన్ మ్యాచ్ అయ్యి కార్డ్ స్వైప్ చేసి అమౌంట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ క్రియేట్ అయినప్పుడే ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ అన్లాక్ అవుతుంది, లేకపోతే లాక్ ఉంటుంది. ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్ వే టు రెడ్యూస్ ది కాస్ట్. ఇంతమంది కస్టమర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్స్ అవసరం లేదు, సేల్స్ బాయ్స్ అంత అవసరం లేదు. 1,00,000 మంది 2 డ్రోన్స్ రీప్లేస్ అయ్యింది. బట్ ఇట్స్ హైలీ కస్టమైజబుల్, రన్ త్రూ ది ప్రోగ్రామ్ యాజ్ అ బ్యాక్ బోన్. డ్రోన్ కంప్లీట్లీ controlled by the program. Right? Now, ikkada Rajashekar, now ikkada Venkat అని ఎవరు ఉన్నాడు, కానీ ఫోన్ నంబర్ సేమ్. సార్ ఇప్పుడు ప్రింట్ టైప్ ID of Venkat. You see the output, what happens? ఇప్పుడు మీ ఫోన్లో రాజశేఖర్కి ఒక నంబర్ ఉంది, ఇంకోటి వెంకట్ అనే పేరుతో నువ్వు సేవ్ చేస్తావు. దాన్ని గర్ల్ ఫ్రెండ్ నెంబర్ ఉంది అనుకో, సింపుల్ అలా సేవ్ చేసి మనం మేనేజ్ చేయాలని చూస్తాం. కానీ సిస్టమ్ ఏం చేస్తుంది? Shall I merge existing name? Shall I merge Rajashekar with a Venkat? అనే ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. ఎవరు ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తున్నారు దానికి? ఈజ్ ఆపరేటర్ ఐడెంటిఫై చేస్తుంది. బికాస్ ఇట్ కంపేర్స్ నాట్ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద పర్సన్స్, ఇట్ విల్ బి కంపేర్స్ అడ్రస్ అట్ ఎ పర్టిక్యులర్ వేరియబుల్. రైట్? దిస్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు బి నోటీస్. నౌ what exactly is operator will do? Is operator will be compare two objects has same address or not, it will come. Now print Rajashekar is Venkat. Ante రాజశేఖర్ యొక్క అడ్రస్ వెంకట్ అడ్రస్ సేమ్ అయితే ట్రూ అని వస్తుంది, లేదు అంటే ఫాల్స్ అని వస్తుంది. లెట్ మీ చెక్ వన్స్. సిస్టంలో ఎలా రాస్తాం మనం ఎగ్జామ్, మనం ఈ కోడ్ ని మొబైల్లో ఎలా రాస్తాము? ఇఫ్ రాజశేఖర్ అండ్ వెంకట్ has the same address, print shall I merge existing రాజశేఖర్? ఎస్ అన్నాం అనుకో, రాజశేఖర్ ప్లేస్ లో వెంకట్ వెళ్ళి ప్లేస్ అయింది. ఒకవేళ రాజశేఖర్ కి వెంకట్ కి అడ్రస్ డిఫరెంట్ ఉండిందను, ఆబ్వియస్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపన్స్ హియర్? వెంకట్ కాంటాక్ట్ saved successful. Yes sir, this is the exactly situation where we are going to, because same ఉన్నాయి. Shall I merge Rajshekhar with Venkat? లేదు, నేను ఇక్కడ మారుస్తాను, ఒక్క డిజిట్ మార్చు. What happens? Venkat contact saved successful. This is the same exactly in mobile we have written. Same flow. Right? So now I'll be telling you know what? Note is operator is compare if two objects have same address or not. Yes, sir. Right? So in case unte ఒకలాగా యాక్షన్ తీసుకుంటుంది, లేకపోతే ఇంకోలా యాక్షన్ తీసుకుంటుంది. Yes sir. So this is called, see in other cases sometimes this concept also useful in memory. ఇప్పుడు pi అనే వాల్యూ ఉంది. What is the pi value? 3.14 is the value. ఆల్రెడీ pi అనే వాల్యూ నీ మెమరీలో సేవ్ చేసుకున్నావు 3.14. ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసేటప్పుడు pi అనే వాల్యూ ప్లేస్ లో x ఈక్వల్ టు 3.14 అని స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటాం. రీయూజబిలిటీ కదా, ఆల్రెడీ మెమరీలో 3.14 అనే వాల్యూ ఉంది, అది పైయా లేకపోతే పై వాల్యూని డైరెక్ట్ గా చేయమని సంథింగ్ 22/7 తో వస్తుంది. Yes sir. So if more than once pi value need to be applied, already existing values there, you pick up as a reusable memory, you apply somewhere. This is called reusability of a memory concept. This is mandatory. Yes sir. And there is a list one where list is consisting apple, banana, cherry. There is a list too. Now my question is, elements are same. Are they equal? Let's check once. L1 is L2. The answer will become, what? Surely it will be false. Now what is the answer? False. Because elements are same, but they are two single dimensional arrays. Every element has its own unique address. For entire array, one address is not going to be allocated. Therefore, L1 and L2 are not same. But here, what I'm going to do? I'm comparing. Print L1 is equal to L2. Now it is true. Comparison operator, relational operators will compare value at address, but is operator will compare address at a value. That is the difference between is operator and comparison operators. Am I right? Now I'll be go with the is not will be work in opposite to the is. ఇక్కడ చూడండి. Print L1 is not L2. Yes, L1 and L2 is not same. But you see what exactly output will be given. True. Is will be given false, but whereas is not will be given false. Wherever negatively you wanted to check, then will be apply with the is not out. Yes, sir. ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని వర్డ్స్ ఉంటాయి. Care, C-A-R-E. If you form another word, C-A-R-E with another word, the positions will change, but another word will come. Such words are called as anaphora strings. అలాంటి కేసెస్ లో మనం ఈజ్ నాట్ యూజ్. అందులో ఉన్న క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఇందులో ఉన్న క్యారెక్టర్స్ పొజిషన్ చేంజ్ అవ్వచ్చు, కానీ క్యారెక్టర్స్ ఆర్ సేమ్. Then it is called as anaphora string. Else, it is not anaphora string. Is not will be combined there. కొన్ని సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఇచ్చేస్తాం. నాట్ ఇన్ కూడా అంతే. నెగటివ్ టెస్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనం ఇలాంటి ఆపరేటర్స్ ని ఇచ్చేస్తాం. See, if you look at us certain programs, you'll get to know where to apply what operator. But I'm just demonstrating basic functionality of that. Right? Yes. And lastly, we have bitwise operators. Bitwise and bitwise OR, bitwise XOR, left shift operator, right shift operator. Yeah. I think these operators are very important at the electronics level. If you work for IBM computers or if you work for certain companies, these operators are the companies which are especially work with network security, information security, bitcoins, such applications. These operators are most frequently used. Probably electronics people might have used already at the electronics level. But the most important application area for the bitwise operator is information security. For encryption, decryption. Whenever the data will communicate between two devices, it can be computer to computer, it can be mobile to computer or mobile to mobile. Any two electronic devices will communicate with a valid, confidential information. The information will pass us through the network using bitwise operators, not in an as usual value. Because it's mandatory, because hackers will trying to steal your information at any time. To protect your information, we are going to apply bitwise operators. So operation will take place at a bit by bit, not a byte level. See, if we perform A plus B, 10 plus 10 will become 20. It's a byte by byte. Now, if we perform the bitwise level, binary level operations will happen. If let's suppose A is equal to 20, B is equal to 40. If we perform A bitwise and B, you see the output, what you are going to get? 0. నీ ATM పిన్ లేకపోతే నీ యూజర్ ఐడి వచ్చి 20. So let's suppose instead of user ID, see user ID, బ్యాంకింగ్ యూజర్ ఐడీస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, 11778899 ఇలా ఉంటుంది. పాస్వర్డ్ ఏముంటుంది ఇక్కడ? పాస్వర్డ్ విల్ బి కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటూ ASCII వాల్యూ.